A very good Thursday morning to everyone out there, and a big old cock-a-doodle-doo from the Weather Chicken. Landon here with you to bring you your latest weather forecast, courtesy of Ohio Valley Insurance. Got a scorcher on tap today. It's even going to be hotter than what we experienced yesterday, but relief will be arriving in the form of a passing cold front as we work into the final day of the work week. So let's take a look at those current conditions out there. We have got this front that has been transitioning into a warm front, and this thing is going to be pulling off to the north as we work throughout the day, all right? This is going to pull in deep southerly flow out of the south. It's going to be bringing light winds in here on the cusp of 5 to 15 miles an hour with this deepening low pressure system and associated cold front approaching from the west. This cold front's eventually going to be making it through here throughout the latter part of tonight and into Friday, thus resulting in the uptick of rain and storm chances here across the Wobbles community. We can get a look here over the region. The Skycam overlooking Lovers Lane Soccer Complex. Got a nice view there of crystal clear skies early on this morning. Not too much to complain about over in that direction. We're also looking at a similar scenario here. We can bring up the latest in terms of the Beechtree News Skycam overlooking Morgantown. Got clear skies over in that direction. Loads of sunshine on the way, folks. That's the good news, but it is going to be very warm. Speaking of warm temperatures, we're already located anywhere around the mid and upper 50s here across the northern tier of the region. We're already approaching the mid 60s, folks, down here near the Tennessee line. Kind of shows the trends that are going to be in store today for our temperatures. We're expecting highs right around the 90-degree mark this afternoon. You're going to be spending extended periods of time in the outdoors. Stay hydrated, reapply the sunscreen. These temperatures are going to be some 15 to 20 degrees above normal for this time of year. Taking a look here at the latest surface map, you got a high pressure that's nosing in here that's keeping the rain just off to our west as we work throughout the daylight hours of today. But eventually, the cold front that's forming there across the Great Plains will be plowing through here as we progress and work into our Friday. So let's go ahead and let's jump right over here and look at the model guidance because, folks, after we get past today, we're rolling into a very active period within our weather pattern. We're going to have the passing cold front that's going to come through here, as you can see, as we work late tonight on into tomorrow morning, all right? So kind of the setup that's going to be here. We've been looking at this here over the past few days. This deepening low pressure system is going to be pinwheeling up into Canada. That's going to cause that cold front to kind of hang up after it looks like it's going to get out of here. It's going to be wobbling, no pun intended, back and forth here across the Wobbles community, and we're going to be looking at sporadic development of scattered storm chances throughout Derby weekend as well. If you're headed up to Churchill Downs tomorrow for Oaks Day, you're going to want the poncho. That's a promise. But if you're heading up there for Derby Saturday, rain chance is not going to be a complete washout, but we will have these sporadic rounds of shower and storm chances developing. So let's look here at the short term first and foremost. We work throughout the day, we're going to be dry. There is something I would like to mention, folks. We're looking at the peak heating of this afternoon. The models aren't showcasing or hinting at anything developing, but let it be known, very small chance of maybe a robust cell being able to pop given the environment and just the extreme heat that we're going to be dealing with, all right? So not completely ruled out, but we might get a few isolated showers or storms that pop across the region this afternoon. It's not going to be until we get well after sunset, as you can see here with the arrival of the initial rain chances. Continuing into the pre-dawn hours of our Friday, we're going to see the reflectivity really start to blossom across the region. Then we work throughout the daylight hours of our Friday. We get the initial round through here in the morning, folks, and as we hit the peak heating of the afternoon, we got some robust cells that are firing up here across the region. We're not expecting any sort of severe weather, but we could get in on some gusty straight line winds, maybe even some small hail being developed out of these. Friday afternoon, continuing, as you can see here, into our Friday evening. So we might get some loud thunder boomers in, but with that being said, severe weather is not anticipated with the activity tomorrow. Now we're going to shift gears and look at the weekend to follow, and we have got the sporadic rounds of showers and storms continuing. Here we are going throughout our Saturday. Here we are progressing into our Sunday. And you can see, folks, here we are getting into Sunday afternoon. Just that front just hangs up right across the region, all right? Then we're going to get into next week, and we're going to be looking at a change in the weather pattern. Keep your eyes over here on this deepening area of low pressure, an attendant cold front that's going to be bowing out during the early to middle part of next week. We're going to be looking at a setup, folks, to where we could get numerous MCSs, mesoscale convective systems, that blast east or southeast right through the region. The first of these could be arriving in the Tuesday time frame, as you can see here. Then we work into Tuesday night on into Wednesday. We have another one approaching here out of the north and west, and potentially continuing even into our Thursday with yet another MCS developing, all right? It's MCS season, folks. We're getting closer into a summer-like pattern with these numerous disturbances that's going to be filtering in here out of the west and out of the north and west. We're going to need to keep eyes on this next week. We were talking about this yesterday, but we're looking at the signals that we're receiving. I definitely think that we could see some strong to even severe thunderstorms being developed out of these. We're going to have a multi-day period from roughly Monday or Monday afternoon all the way through Thursday, where we could be looking at these numerous MCSs coming through and impacting the region, all right? So, for all the farmers out there as well, these things could be bringing in some sturdy winds, could be bringing in some hail along with it as well. It remains to be seen exactly what will be in the fold for us, but let it be known that the signals are there for a very active pattern to unfold for us as we progress into next week. We didn't have the severe weather probabilities out this far out yesterday, but folks, look at it now. As we roll into next week, we have got severe parameters being outlined by both the analog guidance based off of past events, also with our machine learning capabilities right there. The Storm Prediction Center doesn't have anything that's placed out, but I would not be surprised whatsoever to see a risk be extended as we get a little bit later into our Friday or even on into the weekend to include the Wobbles community. But you can see right here, folks, as we progress into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, you can kind of see the hints here with the analog guidance of really blossoming the shower and severe weather probabilities for us right here across the Wobbles community. So stay weather aware. We'll be right here with you updating throughout the course of the next week, obviously, as we always are, and we'll be watching this pattern like a hawk. Total rainfall amounts should be copious amounts of the wet stuff coming along with the activity over the course of the next week. This begins tonight with the initial rain and storms moving in and will take us all the way through Thursday morning of next week. Model guidance is hinting at anywhere between 1 to 2 inches of total rainfall. Folks, if we get these numerous weather makers in here next week, we could definitely see some locations exceeding that 2-inch mark, even upwards of 3 to 4 inches of total rainfall, if we're continuing to see the upward trend in the moisture being returned with those numerous disturbances working in here. So, needless to say, a very active pattern is right here on the horizon for us. Here's a full breakdown of your next 5-day weather forecast. We got loads of sunshine today on into this afternoon. I apologize, this hasn't quite updated yet. But mostly sunny skies today. Highs near 90 degrees this afternoon. It's going to be a warm one with light southerly winds. It'll kind of feel like a hair dryer. Not ideal. Rolling into our Friday, widespread showers and storms with a passing cold front. This continues into our Friday night as well. Scattered robust storm development will be possible throughout Derby Saturday on into our Sunday, on into Monday of next week, with highs holding anywhere between the low to mid 80s, and that pattern's just going to continue with even more robust storm chances in the Tuesday through Thursday time frame of next week as well. That's going to wrap up your Thursday morning Whether or Not Bowling Green weather forecast presented by Ohio Valley Insurance. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a blessed Thursday.